So, working out, fitness, being in the gym has been really, really important in getting me to improve my health, to make me feel like I have some control, empowerment, really. And for the first few months, I felt things kind of building up and building up in terms of like I'm getting stronger, I'm getting fitter, I'm losing weight, and all the usual stuff. But then I started to feel aches and pains, um, and I was having to take a week off, and then it would be like 2 weeks off. And I remember just before Christmas, I took a week off, and I was in more pain after the week off than when I started.
Right.
So it's just happened the last 8 weeks. I haven't been able to go into the gym because of a problem with my shoulder, a problem with my hip. And then I noticed a kind of reverse happening. My shoulders, which had been really built up, and my neck was getting thicker, and like, the top of my back had kind of built up, was just, I don't know, is it wasting away? I just, whatever occurs.
Whatever occurs, okay. So let's just play with a little bit of flow.
I think I prefer the reduction in muscle mass, because I did watch one of my videos back where I was learning to dance, and I can see it. I'm really stiff up here, and I'm kind of, you know, but I mean, if we're talking about embodiment, that carrying that kind of tension and stress in your upper body is not going to be good, is it?
What if you started moving your hips to the focus of the movement? We were on spine for it. The focus of the movement becomes hips. And then noticing anything else that's happening. So I'm kind of noticing my arm hanging from my shoulder. Sort of circling. Circling? Circling. Oh.
I think when you feel empowered to do something, you obviously want to do more of it.
Yeah, because it's giving you that sense of empowerment.
And you think of the possibilities. Could I get even stronger? Can I get even fitter? And from the gym work, I was able to look at. I was trying to access dance classes all the time, because there used to be a dance class at the gym and there isn't anymore. And I think there are Zumba classes locally. But this has been part of this process, is movement and embodiment, and yeah. So getting stronger mentally, great. But then obviously, if you can't work out for a couple of weeks, or you end up in pain, then the opposite starts happening.
So anything goes. You're flowing, I know that.
Am I?
Yeah. Because one movement is going into another, like water flows. And what if you let your head go into the flow a bit more? Is your breath flowing? No. And you're holding it.
I felt like I was in outer
I
space.
said that because I was holding mine too.
Definitely, kind of looking at challenges and trying to think outside the box about what I can do about it. I mean, I've been physically restrained in a hospital by like 8 nurses. It was a really brutal experience, and I felt in my body I didn't feel right, and I wanted to get back in the gym. That was the most obvious thing that I could do at the time. But I don't know. I mean, I had instruction, and I was given a 3-month pass. That really helped to develop the habit.
Yes. Oh, little yawn.
That feels really comfortable. Really good. It's comfortable. Of moving and being active.
Morph's a good word. Morph's very flowing word, actually. Do you remember, I don't know if you're the right era to remember this, but there's a character called Morph, an animated character. Yeah. Or Clay, I think it was, wasn't it? It was on an art programme and he was called Morph. And I never thought about it before. It's because he morphs into different shapes.
Oh. So, yeah, I mean, being overpowered by a group of individuals is physically is not nice, and I don't think I so much wanted to go into the gym in terms of like pushing all those people away. I mean, that would be part of it, but it was more that I'd lost confidence in my body. I think before that event, I was dancing in public spaces, and then after that event, I wasn't doing that. And I also had a health scare where I thought that I had cancer. And I was given test after test after test. And they told me that they were worried that I might have cancer from some of my test results. And it turned out to be endometriosis. So that went on. You know, I was in the hospital with my mental health first, then I had this health scare. So these are huge events for your body. And your mind.
It makes sense then to actually to do something that builds confidence in your body would be a really useful thing, both physically and mentally.
I feel comfortable. My body's doing things I wouldn't normally do. And I've been in place for the last 8 weeks with like aches and pains and I need to see a physio and all this stuff. But this feels really comfortable. It feels really like my body can do things even if I'm injured. And I'm not in pain. Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out.
My sense is that you're bringing more awareness into the body. We're at risk now of going into the head, but when you started this, it was just, how does your body want to move? What does your body want to do? And there's a bit of directing from me, it's been guiding you to more flow.
I am curious about freedom of movement because I do have strength, but I don't feel like I have flow when it comes to movement and dance. And this is like a pre and post thing where, you know, but when I say I was dancing in public spaces, my body was just doing whatever it wanted, and I could move quite freely. And since then, it's not been like that. And it could be the fact that I'm on medication and it makes my body stiff. Could be that, but I miss it. I miss just. I was about to do jazz hands.
Why not?
But I just miss the kind of I can do anything with this body feeling.
It was interesting what I saw in your body when you went into that almost recollection of the freedom was a lightness and a fun.
Well, I quite like that we're like two silhouettes under this tree. I think that's brilliant.
What if this was a swirl of paint on a piece of paper? So imagine it was a big brush, you're the paint, and the brush is moving you around the paper and it's never going to stop. The brushes are never going to lose contact with the paper. And the paint's going to flow and maybe some of the colours merge into another. It's definitely a watercolour paint. And there might be moments when physically the body comes to a bit of a halt. Or like a, oh, okay, how do I move from here? How do you move from there? Okay. Yeah. So that's like a listening in. Okay, that does not help me flow. with the flow.
I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna try again, but anyway.
Yeah, flowing on the floor is always that point where it's like, how do I get...
Yeah, I think that playfulness and lightness is, I think, something most people want in their lives, isn't it? Mm-hmm. People don't want to feel caged. They want to break free, and then you have all the kind of the obvious expectations and what people will think of us if we move too freely, if we do too much of what we want to do. And I did, just talking with you earlier, saying that I read that you can do anything but you can't do everything. And in this article that I was reading, it was about prioritizing what you want to do, not what's expected of you, not what you should do. It's prioritizing what you want to do. And I love that. That's the kind of prioritization that I like.